Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Empress Jasmine. My name is Jasmine. Thank you for returning. Thank you for being here for the first time. All of it. I really appreciate you. And today, I got a good one. I was proud of myself when I came up with this one. Okay, I have for you a 3-part manifestation series. I decided what I wanted to do, part 1, this video. I am going to give you examples of how I manifest. So that's going to be what we're talking about this go around. Part 2 is going to be signs that I have seen in my personal life that prove to me that my manifestations are on their way. Okay? And then we're going to have part 3. Part 3 is going to be when I am in the midst of my manifestations. I will be coming back here to update y'all and to just wrap it around. Okay, I have notes here, so I will be looking down. I'll be looking at my phone and I'll be looking at my notes. But yeah, on top of me being able to use my own personal experiences to maybe help any of y'all who are iffy about your manifestation skills or wondering, are your manifestations coming? Maybe you can use what I am saying to you as a way of, oh, okay, I do the same thing, or maybe I can implement that in my journey, or oh, that's been showing up in my life too, and using it as, positive reinforcements for yourself that you are doing the damn thing and your manifestations are on their way. And on top of that, I am also using this as a manifestation technique in itself, right? Because one of the things I'm going to be talking about is speaking as if you already have it, and that's what this 3-part series is going to be. I'm already planning on coming back and talking to y'all when I have my manifestations. So there we go. I already gave you one step. Speak like you got it, but I'm not going to get into that because that's its own section, okay? So again, I'm going to thank you again for being here. I love you. I really hope that this is going to be helpful. I'm not even going to say I hope it's going to be helpful. It's going to be so helpful to whoever comes to this video, and let's get into it. Before I get into my numbered list of my manifestation techniques, I'm just going to give a little background on me. So as I have been learning myself through this spiritual life that I have, I've realized that there are things about me that I have done since childhood, right? The ways that I would attract things to myself that at the time I had no idea was manifestation, but now I do know that that's what it's called. And with that, let me tell y'all, I do not like labels. I really don't. I feel like labels are just a way for other people to understand me more than there'll ever be a way for me to understand myself, because I know myself. I don't really need names for the things that I do naturally, things that the spiritual gifts that I have been blessed with. I don't need a name for that. But I will say, for the sake of this video, I am going to be using the names of things, just in case, there is somebody watching who, again, is using this video as a learning guide, a learning tool. I will use the names as much from my own understanding of how my skills are and how I use them to manifest. So when it comes to labels, there are so many things, like I said, that I've done for a long time, and I only found out what the names and titles of these things are within the past over a year now, when I got TikTok. Okay, TikTok University be calling me out, and I don't want to hear it. Okay, come across a TikTok video talking about something. Oh, if you do this, that, then you might have this, or if you do that, you might be this. Like, I didn't want to know that. I just wanted to live this life that and be the personality, have my little quirks. I know how to work around it. When I need to sit down and get stuff done, or when I need to do something, I know how to do it. But yes, there's so many things that I have innately done since childhood that I'm learning have names to it, and to me that makes it very impersonal. It's almost like, oh, I don't know, it feels like, okay, now y'all know me, y'all looking into my life, like y'all giving names to the things that I've always done. Like, it went from personal, something between me, myself, and my spirit team, to now, oh, there's a name to this. So with that being said, I'm gonna go and get into number 1 of my manifestation technique, And this is a perfect example of something that I've always done, but I'm finding out has a name, and that is maladaptive daydreaming, which to me is just visualizing. Okay, so here I have the definition. Maladaptive daydreaming is a behavior where a person spends an excessive amount of time daydreaming, often becoming immersed in their imagination. So, I don't claim this, but like I said, for the sake of this video, for the sake of helping y'all understand, I'm going to be using terms. I don't claim this. It's just what I do. I've always done this since I was little, and if there is going to be a name for it, something that is called, I would prefer visualizing. And the reason why I don't claim it is because the more I was starting to look into it, it is referred to as something bad. Like if y'all have ever gone into like comments or something and read about it, you know, people are making it seem like it's escaping reality kind of, and I really don't think that's what it is. And this is where I'm going to get into an example of how I maladaptive daydream slash how I visualize as a way to manifest. So one of my bigger manifestations is a change of my physical environment. So here are things that I do to help myself manifest that change. So like this is an example. While I am in my current physical reality, as I am doing what I usually do, for example, I'm going to be using a lot of examples because I'm not getting specific at all about my manifestations. For example, going grocery shopping. I will be visualizing, envisioning me grocery shopping in the physical reality that I want to be in. If I am home in my kitchen cooking my favorite breakfast, I'm going to be envisioning me cooking this favorite breakfast in the physical reality that I want to be in. See what I'm saying? And I've also found that that is a way for me to show gratitude for where I am right now. And I need you to work with me, you know, try to understand what I'm saying. So I am using my current physical reality to progress myself forward, but I'm physically here. I am still using the appliances I have to make my breakfast. I am still going to the supermarket where I am. I am still going to the park where I am. So I am showing gratitude for where I am, but mentally I am where I want to be. Okay, so yes, that's number one, visualization. Number two is faith that is way bigger than a daggone mustard seed. Okay, you know what the Bible says. Faith is small as a mustard seed, but baby, my faith goes bigger than that. I have so much faith in the fact that this lifetime, it's already decided. I have so much faith that the universe, that my spirit guide, that my ancestors have put these desires, these wants into my mind because it is already in the path that was created for me. And with that being said, I also have faith in the fact that all I'm waiting for is my physical reality to catch up with what is already written for me. Okay? That spiritually, it's decided. And I think this connects back to the visualization. Like, I've already decided that this is what my life is going to be. I am already living it here, and in my soul, it's mine. So, you know, we keeping it moving in my mind and in my soul. We on a fast track. So now I'm just providing patience and non-resistance to my physical reality getting where I want it to be. Okay. So when I am visualizing, when I am envisioning myself in this physical space, all I am doing is aligning my mind with the place that my higher self already resides. That's all. That's all I'm doing. And honestly, you can use that faith to have fun, right? Because since I already know that what I'm wanting, what I am desiring is mine, I make decisions for myself in the future as I imagine my higher self would make. Does that make sense? I make decisions for my higher self as I would imagine my higher self would make these decisions for her as well, in the physical reality I am striving for, right? So when I say, you know, faith could be fun, because I know that physical reality I want is mine, I have started making Canva like vision boards and life boards for that lifestyle, right? When I see something that I like, I have so many folders on Instagram and TikTok of things that I want, that will be attainable for me in that lifetime. And that stuff is always so fun. It is like you know, okay, for example, you want to move. Why not go into that furniture store that's by your home now, where you physically are, and as if you are furniture shopping for the home that you don't physically have right now, but you know you physically have in the other realm, right? Just like, you know how so many people, we talk about how we go into the rich part of towns and we cruise through those homes and we talk about, ooh, I think I would change that. Ooh, I think I want to put that plant there. I would think I would want a palm tree over there. All right, that's what I mean. Faith is fun because you know that house in the rich part of town could be yours, because you know that dog that you see, the dog page that you follow. Okay, for example, this is so random, but it's gonna align with somebody. You follow a dog page, right, of the dog that you want. You think about, oh yeah, you know, you start saving posts about the harness you want to get for your dog. You start saving, following or signing up for newsletters about how to train a puppy. You start watching training videos on YouTube. You are doing these things through faith. That's what I mean. Okay, so number 2, faith way bigger than a mustard seed. Faith go crazy. Can't nobody tell you nothing except for you and your ancestors and your spirit guide and your spirit team and the universe. But that's it. That's the only ones. Okay. All right. So number 3, this is gonna be the final one, and then I'm just gonna wrap it up and, you know, connect everything together. Number 3 is keeping your manifestations, the specifics about your manifestations, between you and your spirit team, and that's it. Because as I was planning this video out, I was writing things down and I realized that I had to edit my notes a lot because I was getting too specific. I had to broaden what I wanted to talk about this time, you know, in this video, to make sure that I wasn't saying anything that could possibly impede the plans that are already in the works, right? And with that, you know, that's why I've been saying broadly, I am manifesting a new physical environment. That's the broadest thing I can possibly think of. So I won't be exposing, like, for example, I'm not going to expose my current physical reality. I'm not going to let anybody know that. I know one thing that I always said is, you know, whenever I see house tours, room tours, kitchen tour, you know, everybody makes their choices. Everybody does things that they feel comfortable and safe doing, but I know that is something that I would never do. And on top of this being about manifestation, this is also about safety as well as spiritual hygiene. Because for one, if I don't feel like I would physically invite you to my home, I'm also not going to let you set your eyes inside of my home either. And 2, just because I do not physically invite you into my home, that doesn't mean that I don't spiritually and energetically invite you into my home. So that's number 3. Be careful. Think about your safety. Think about, you know, if you ever had, I've had situations before where something is in the works, and I get excited, so I want to talk about it, and miraculously, not coincidentally, it falls through. So yes, this is again about manifestation, but this is also about spiritual hygiene as well as safety. Okay, that's the end of part 1. Like I said, I'm just gonna end this and get it all together, but look, y'all, hold on. You see that? Period, confirmation. But I'm going to end this by recommending a book I think everybody is gonna Either if you've read it, I recommend reading it or listening to it again. If you haven't, please, there's a free audiobook on YouTube. It is called The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. I took 10 pages of notes on the entire book. It's about, is it 10 chapters? It is 10 chapters, so, you know, a page per chapter I took notes on. I started listening to it December 11th, 2022, and tell me why I finished listening to it at 11:11 a.m. on 12/16. But anyway, I just love confirmation like that. But what this book helped me do was recognize that I needed to release control over things, over what I wanted and the outcome and how it was going to be. And a big thing that this author recommended and pointed out in her book was impressing your subconscious mind, right? So in chapter 2, the first thing that I wrote, this chapter is called The Law of Prosperity. I wrote, I must have perfect faith in my spoken word when I request of spirit. Okay? You don't, you know, I actually saw another TikTok about how, you know, you manifest and then you turn around and it turns out that you actually didn't even believe what you were saying or calling into your life. You were just doing it to do it because you know you want something, but there is no belief, there is no true faith in what you are speaking and calling into your life. Again, she says here, asking for success, then preparing for failure will bring what you have prepared for. Prepare for what you have already asked. I'm telling you, this book shifted so much for me, and that's why I'm recommending it. Like I said, 10 pages of notes. I was not playing with you, you know. And another thing that I also recognize, and I feel like this is so ironic how I was talking about labels and how I don't like labels, but I started getting interested in human design, and I found that me personally, I am a manifester. And I was like, oh, I used to sit here and doubt myself. And also, another thing that is connected to that was me finally resting in the energy of the divine feminine. And if you relate to being a divine feminine, you would understand what I'm about to say. As this archetype, there is no chasing, because chasing insinuates that the other thing does not want to be in your energy field. It infers that that thing is going the opposite direction of you, not towards you. The divine feminine does not chase. We manifest, we receive, we rest, and then the cycle continues. And at least that's how I understand it. So once, you know, by the time I got into human design, I was already trying to really settle myself into this energy, divine feminine energy, and then seeing that my human design, I am a manifester. It's like, oh, I don't have to do anything. Manifesting is my natural ability. My innate being is to manifest. And then adding on top of that, I am a divine feminine. On top of that, my faith is astronomical. That's where, you know, I just know it's all coming for me. And with that being said, part 2 is coming after this, okay? Part 2 is where I tell you about how, you know, my spirit team, how the universe, how my ancestors have been showing me that, yep, your manifestations are on the way. You successfully manifested. Here are your signs. It's coming. Rest. Prepare. Again, prepare for what you want. Don't prepare for what you don't want. Simple. It is. When you are fully in it and actively in it, it is simple. I promise. So if you have any questions, if you just want to talk, my comments are always open. For the third time, I thank you for being here, whether this is the first video of mine that you're seeing, if you are returning. No matter what, I appreciate you, I love you, and see you in part 2. When it is up, I will put the link in the bio. But other than that, of course, comment, like, subscribe, press that notification bell so that you know when I post that next part. And I'll see you then.